Archangel Michael says the walls remember what you try to forget. They hear your footsteps and count your breaths, and tonight they lean closer to listen. This is the hour to open your eyes, because what hides in silence is finished hiding. You felt it as a draft that made no sense, a breath that wasn't yours moving the curtains. You heard it as a soft click when every door was shut and locked. You called it imagination, but imagination does not scrape the floorboards at 3 a.m. I come to you with a sword of clarity, not to frighten you but to free you. You have lived with a presence that feeds on what you never say aloud. It drinks from your unspoken fears like water left uncovered by the bed. There is an object placed where your eyes almost never look. It is ordinary enough to be ignored and close enough to touch the life you live. It was set inside your home like a seed, and it has already grown roots. Listen closely to how the house speaks when you walk from room to room. One plank gives a long, tired sigh, another reacts with a twitch, a subtle shiver. Where the sound changes, something has been concealed. Your body already knows the spot I am pointing to now. It's where you hesitate without a reason, where your skin prickles and your tongue goes dry. It is the threshold you rush across or the chair you never choose. This presence does not float like mist, it anchors in matter. It hides in fabric, in metal, in a folded page that pretends to be nothing. And it binds with threads you cannot see because they are braided from memory, envy, and neglect. Do not run from your own house tonight. Stand where you are and let your breathing settle. You cannot defeat a shadow while running from its shape. Walk to the doorway that feels narrow even when the space is wide. You know the one, your shoulder always brushes the frame there for no reason at all. That is not clumsiness, that is the house nudging you to pay attention. Now notice the mirror that never shows you as you truly feel. On good days you look washed out in it, and on tired days it flatters you with false light. Behind that mirror, or beneath its frame, rests the first knot of the thing that came to stay. Someone brought it in with a smile that didn't reach their eyes. They placed it gently, almost lovingly, the way a liar ties a ribbon. They told you it was a token of luck, a small blessing for the room. You thanked them without knowing you had accepted a weight. Ever since, you've lost small seconds of your day and small pieces of your peace. You misplace keys, then patience, then sleep, like stepping down an invisible staircase. This is not a ghost story, this is a map. I am drawing you a line from your door to your deliverance. Follow it with care and courage, for both are sacred. The house is a body and every body keeps score. Where the score is deepest, I want you to pause and listen. You will hear a faint trembling, a restless hush trying to behave. Go to the room where leftovers of your past live, old boxes, old clothes, old names. That is where the past keeps its mouth half open, chewing on your present. The air there is heavier not from dust but from unfinished sentences. There is a photo turned face down in a drawer you barely open. When you touch it, your fingertips feel colder as if the paper were a small window to winter. Turn it over and see how the smile in the image flickers a little in your mind. Notice the stitch along the back of a pillow that wasn't sewn by the hands you know. Notice the thin clasp on a bracelet that appears in the house though no one remembers buying it. Notice the ribbon tucked into a book you never read but somehow keep moving. Take a breath as deep and steady as the night ocean. Say your full name slowly, the one that carries your first light. Names are keys, and your own is the master key of this house. You will not shout. You will not curse. You will speak with the calm of a locked door opened from within. Say, this home belongs to my peace and my purpose. Say, nothing uninvited may eat at my sleep. Say, I reclaim what was borrowed, I release what was never mine. As you speak, open a window, even a small one. Let the night outside answer with a shift in air. Movement is relief, and relief is a path. Now gather 3 simple things, nothing rare, nothing dangerous. A clean bowl of water, a pinch of plain salt, and a small white paper. These are not tricks, these are decisions made visible. Fold the paper once and press your thumb to it gently. You'll feel your heartbeat echo in the thin fibers. Write one word upon it, return. Sprinkle a little salt into the water and stir it with your finger clockwise. Let your finger trace a circle that means this: I am choosing. Hold the bowl and walk to each doorway, quietly, like giving good news. At each threshold, dip your finger and touch the frame lightly. You are not painting, you are signing. What you sign says, no further without consent. You will feel a change, small but unmistakable, like a room exhaling. You may hear a soft tap somewhere as something lets go. Do not chase the sound, let the sound go where it must. Return to the mirror and lift it gently from the wall. Behind it, you may find only dust, or you may find the anchor I spoke of. If you find it, you will know by the way your spine lifts as if standing taller on its own. There could be a thread knotted through a tiny cloth, or a nail wrapped with hair. There could be a folded note bearing a name, turned backward so the letters stare at the wall. There could be nothing but the worn outline where such a thing once sat. Whatever you discover, place the return paper on top of it. Speak the name you carry, then the word you wrote. Carry the object and the paper to the window and set them down upon the sill. If the sill is not wide, set them on the floor beneath the open window. The night will do its work without ceremony, it knows the way out better than the day. Leave them there for a full breath that lasts as long as truth requires. Go now to the oldest corner of the house, the one that has seen most winters. It could be under the stairs or behind a cupboard that never moves. Press your palm to the wall and listen with your skin. You will feel a slow thudding like a footfall from long ago. This is the memory of the house itself, not an enemy. Thank it softly for holding secrets until you arrive to free them. Take a seat at the kitchen table and bring the bowl of water near. The kitchen is where the house tells the truth, it's where fire meets food and names become meals. Dip a corner of a clean cloth in the water and wipe the table clockwise once. As you wipe, think of the first time you laughed here. Think of the morning that smelled like oranges or the night that tasted like rain. You are salting the ground of your joy so that nothing rootless can grow there. Now close your eyes and picture the front door with you on the inside and the world on the outside. Picture a double lock, one made of wood and one made of will. Turn both locks from the inside, and hear them answer, "It is done." When you open your eyes, walk to your bedroom and stand where your pillow waits. Lift the pillow and shake it gently as if waking it from a dim dream. Whisper to it, "Hold only what helps me breathe." There is a whisper that will try to argue. It will say you are being dramatic and strange. It will call itself reason while it makes you smaller. Do not debate with a whisper. Whispers do not deserve a courtroom in your mind. Open the window a little wider and let it run out into the night like smoke. If the presence was planted by envy, it will wilt in the face of your clarity. If it was fed by your exhaustion, it will shrink when you choose rest on purpose. If it came from your own fear, it will have to learn a new language now that you speak courage. Courage is not noise, it is the steady sound of a heartbeat refusing to rush. Courage is the lamp you switch on at 3 a.m. and leave on until the horizon softens. Courage is the way you straighten a crooked frame and claim the wall. There is one more place to look where hardly anyone looks. The underside of the small table near the door, where keys ring like bells. Run your fingers there and notice if something brittle clings to the wood. If anything is found, place it beside the first object at the window. If nothing is found, place your open hand there anyway and say, "Empty is good." Empty is a beginning, not a loss. Now step into the hallway and look down its length. See how it pulls the eye like a river cutting through memory. Walk it slowly and stop where your steps sound different, less hollow, more listening. That is where the house has been waiting to hear you speak plainly. Say the words that were hardest to say and say them without trembling. I forgive the hand that tried to leave a stain here. Forgiveness is not permission to return. Forgiveness is permission for you to live unburdened in your own rooms. It is the way locks turn into latches and latches into open doors. Now think of the person who entered your home with a kindness that didn't feel like kindness. You do not need their name on your tongue tonight. You only need your name held like a lantern in your chest. Call your name again, softly, once more. Feel how it brightens the edges of the furniture and softens the corners. See how it draws a clearer line around your bed, your chair, your breath. Take the bowl of water to the bathroom sink and pour it away. As the water spins, let it take with it every agreement you made without noticing. Rinse the bowl and leave it upside down to dry, safe and clean. Return to the window where the objects rest. If the night has moved them, let them go. If they remain, wrap them in the paper marked "Return" and prepare to carry them out tomorrow. Place them near the door in a small bag you do not use for anything else. Do not keep the bag, it has done its work by morning. When daylight comes, release these things into a bin far from your threshold. Stand now in the center of your home. Stretch your arms just enough to feel the room answer. Say, "This house chooses me as I choose it." You will sense the difference like the quiet after rain. The air will be lighter, like a page just turned. The corners will stop staring and start smiling. Not everything leaves at once, some things fade like footprints in wind. That is fine, you have altered the weather indoors. You have taught the rooms a new season. Tonight, if you wake again at 3 a.m., do not be afraid. Put both feet on the floor and breathe 3 calm breaths. Say only this, "I am here." There is strength in ordinary words spoken at the right hour. There is protection in simple choices repeated daily. There is victory in not abandoning yourself when the dark argues. Tidy a single surface before you sleep. A bedside table, a chair with yesterday's shirt, a tiny island of now. Order is a boundary that chaos hates to cross. Place a glass of fresh water by your bed and a note under it that says, "Welcome, morning." You are making space for new light to find you without asking permission from old shadows. Light loves invitation, so does peace. If anyone asks what changed, you can say quietly, everything small. Because houses are made of small things, nails, stitches, hinges, and so are hauntings. So are healings. If tears come, let them come and go like neighbors who know how to knock. If laughter rises, let it fill the hallway like music at a door left open. Both tears and laughter are cleansers when they travel through truth. I have guarded you for longer than you can count, and I am not leaving tonight. I stand at your threshold like dawn standing behind the mountains. I carry a sword that never wounds the innocent, only the binding. What tried to live here without love has been shown the exit. What tried to eat your hours has been forced to fast. What tried to own your name has been introduced to know. In the coming days, pay attention to the softest improvements. Sleep that tastes like clean water, and mornings that arrive without arguments. Keys that wait where you left them, and light that lands where you need it. You may dream of packing a suitcase you never open. That is the last of the old weight gathering itself to go. Let it leave without ceremony, as gently as a sigh. Walk your rooms at least once each day with gratitude under your feet. Imagine every step as a signature that reads, "Held." Imagine every doorway blessing you as you pass, because it will. If you feel the old chill try to return, remember this simple posture. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed, head lifted as if listening to a distant choir. Speak your name, touch the nearest frame, and breathe on purpose. This is how you become the bravest lamp in your own house. This is how floors learn to sing when you step and how windows learn to wink. This is how you live where you live without being lived by it. The thing that was inside is outside now. The thing that fed on hush has gone hungry. The thing that thought it owned a room has learned the cost of rent. I bless your doors to swing only for kindness. I bless your table to host only what nourishes. I bless your sleep to rise unworried from your pillow. If anyone tries to return with gifts that feel heavy, trust how your hands decline them. If any object begins to ache in the room, remove it without apology. If any whisper tries to bargain, let the window be your answer. Your house is not a cage, it is a harbor. Your rooms are not a maze, they are a map back to yourself. Your nights are not a trial, they are a rehearsal for morning. Carry this knowing to your door and turn the knob like turning a page. Step out for a minute and then step back in to greet your home as if arriving from a journey. Say, "Thank you for sheltering my life. I have said what I came to say and shown what I came to show." The rest is the gentle work of days and the kinder habits of hours. You are ready to keep your keys and your peace in the same pocket. Go and sleep now, the kind of sleep that doesn't flinch. Let the night do nothing dramatic and the dawn arrive without trumpet. Your safety is not a rumor in this house anymore, it is the rule. And if any door creaks, let it be the sound of wood remembering rain. If any window rattles, let it be the breeze telling you the sky is still wide. If any floor murmurs, let it be the house practicing your name like a hymn. Where fear once sat is now a chair you can actually use. Where dread once stood is now a corner with a plant that likes morning. Where you once hurried, you will now stroll as if time has learned your rhythm. I will keep watch while you rest. I will stand where shadows try to bargain and show them the price of entry. I will answer for you when silence needs a voice with wings. When you wake, drink water and open the curtains. Let the light find what it loves, your hands, your face, the room you rule. Let the morning confirm what the night decided, you are home. The house you're in is now aligned with your breath. It knows your steps and loves the way they sound. It will echo your joy and hush your anxieties like a lullaby without words. Walk softly but walk surely. Touch the frames that once grazed you and feel how they welcome now. Stand in your own doorway and bless your going out and your coming in. I place my sword at the boundary and my hand upon your head. Go in peace, stay in peace, return in peace as often as you need. The danger has become a lesson, and the lesson has become a lamp. And if anyone asks how you did it, you can smile the way truth smiles. You can say, I listened when the walls whispered, and I answered with my name. You can say, I chose my peace and my peace chose me back. Tonight is finished, your fear is finished with it. This house is yours, and you are the safest thing inside it. Rest now under the watch that never sleeps. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says the night has turned its face toward you, not as a threat but as a witness. It saw you speak your name and choose your peace, and it bent its edges to make room. Now let us deepen the safeguard so the quiet you earned will learn how to stay. Walk to the place where you first sensed the strangeness, perhaps the corridor that narrows time. Stand there without flinching, and feel how the air has changed its texture. It no longer presses, it listens, as a stream listens for stones. Take the bag by the door, the one that holds what you will release at daylight. Set it on the floor gently, as you would set down a story that is ending. Say, you have no more work here, and notice how the room relaxes its shoulders. Return to the window that is slightly open and let it breathe a little wider. The world outside answers with a quieter draft, almost like gratitude. You're not inviting anything in, you're escorting what is not yours out. The house is calmer, but calm is a muscle you must strengthen. We will teach the rooms a rhythm that fear cannot keep up with. We will make night and morning shake hands at your threshold. Go to the smallest light in the home, a desk lamp, a reading light, a kitchen glow. Turn it on and leave it on for a while, not to banish the dark but to tutor it. Light is a language. Tonight you're conjugating verbs of safety. Place your hand over your heart and count 7 slow breaths. With each breath, think of a place in the house that needs warmth. Imagine the breath traveling there like a letter that always arrives. Now move to the bookshelf, if you have one, or any shelf that holds memory. Straighten 3 things: the book that leans, the frame that tilts, the keepsake that drifts. Order is the quiet armor of a room, it hums like a soft hymn. Archangel Michael says, repeat your claim, not as a shout but as a signature. This home is for truth and rest. This door is for kindness and return. This night is for renewal, not for dread. If there is a clock that always seems a little off, set it right. Let time align itself with your decision to live here fully. A true hour is a faithful guardian, a crooked hour invites confusion. Look to the corners again, not with suspicion but with welcome. Corners are where walls meet to whisper about you. Teach them better conversation. Touch each corner at shoulder height and say, "Bless your meeting." In the kitchen, run a little water, then stop it. The sound is a reminder, flow is real, and it answers to your hand. Leave the sink dry and clean, stillness is also a teacher. Inside your bedroom, open the closet and breathe once into it. Closets are small rooms where shadows love to imitate coats. Hang one memory there on purpose, a scarf, a hat, so the space knows it belongs. There may be a box you hesitate to open, the one labeled "later" or "miscellaneous." Bring it out and sit beside it, not over it. You do not have to empty it tonight, you only need to promise that you will. Write a note, "This box will be lighter by the weekend." Place the note on top like sky on a hill. Time will keep you honest if you greet it with a plan. Walk to the bathroom mirror and meet your eyes for 3 heartbeats. Not to inspect, not to judge, just to recognize. Say, "I am the keeper and the kept," and watch your shoulders drop. If you keep plants, water the one that L. Remember that doorframe that always grazed your shoulder. Go there now and rest your palm against it with friendly pressure. Say, "We work together from now on," and wait for the wood to warm. The presence that lingered did not know what to do with welcome. It only understood fear and fuss, you gave it neither. You taught it the price of staying, and it could not pay. Archangel Michael says your rooms are learning your courage by imitation. They will keep imitating it if you model it in small ways every day. Courage is housekeeping for the soul. Tomorrow, when you take the bag outside, pause at the door. Let the daylight touch your face first, then your hands. Carry the bag away without ceremony, and without looking back. Do not keep souvenirs of discomfort. Do not keep containers that held sorrow. The bin is not a punishment, it is a border. Now, tonight, before sleep, choose a sentence to live in. Everything small matters. Or, peace is ordinary and I like it so. Place the sentence inside your pillowcase like a sealed letter to morning. If the hush tries to argue again at 3 a.m., it will find fewer words. You have emptied its pockets and taught it better manners. Turn on the small lamp and sip water, let the argument find the exit. There is a sound you may hear now, wood settling, a small sigh from a hinge. These are not threats, they are reminders that your house has a body. Bodies stretch, breathe, and rest, none of that belongs to fear. In the living room, pick one object to move 2 inches to the left. That small relocation is a declaration, I decide where things belong. Fear cannot live where decisions are so gently made. If you keep a welcome mat, lift it and dust beneath. If not, sweep the threshold with your hand as if smoothing a page. Thresholds deserve respect, they do complex work. Stitch your name softly into the air, first name, middle, last, like a spool of light. Let it drape over the sofa, the chair, the hallway turn. Your name is fabric, your rooms are eager to wear it. Think of the person who once crossed your threshold with a smile that weighed too much. Release their image into the corridor of memory where it cannot touch the furniture. That corridor is far from here, this home holds only your present. If you own a bell, ring it once. If you do not, tap a spoon against a cup with a friendly note. Sound clears what silence hoarded. Close the windows now to a comfortable gap or seal them gently if the air is cold. You have aired out what needed to leave, now keep what needs to stay. Balance is the new security system. Lay out what you will wear tomorrow and what you will carry in your pocket. Simplicity at dawn prevents frantic bargains with chaos. Chaos hates a plan, even a small one. Place your keys in the same place you decided earlier. Touch them and say, "You will be here when I am ready." Predictability is a clue that peace loves to follow. Archangel Michael says, "This is how rescue looks on ordinary nights. Not trumpets, not thunder, but a human being choosing their space with tenderness. This tenderness is armor, it shines without glare. Sit for a minute where the house feels the most like you. Maybe that is the floor by the window or a favorite chair or the quiet edge of the bed. Say, 'I am safe here because I say so, and I stand by my saying.' You will notice tomorrow that the rooms make fewer demands. They will simply be rooms again, good companions, not hungry mouths. Walk through them with the affection you give to a friend who stayed. If friends visit, notice how their voices sound indoors. Healthy spaces deepen good sounds and blur the sharp ones. You will hear warmth gather like sunlight on a wooden floor. If you ever sense a new heaviness trying to grow, you already know the steps. Water, salt, paper, name, these are your 4 directions. Breath, light, order, release, these are your 4 winds. Keep a small card somewhere with those words in your handwriting. Not as superstition but as memory in ink. Memory obeys ink when nerves forget. The world is wide and brings many stories to your door. You will not fear stories anymore because your rooms don't. They have learned a firm kindness, and they learned it from you. Before you sleep, look once more down the long hallway. See how it no longer narrows but invites like a path through a garden. This is the fruit of your choosing. Turn off the small lamp last. Let darkness be what it truly is, the soft pillow where morning gathers strength. You will meet that morning rested and unsurprised by your own peace. If you wake just before sunrise, listen for the smallest sound, the first bird, the lightest car far away. Let that sound be the stitch that sews night to day. You live at the seam now, and the seam is strong. I will still be standing at your border, companion and witness. Not as a sentinel of danger but as a celebrant of your steadiness. You have taught your house its true name, home. When the day arrives, open the curtains wide and stand still. Let light map your face and the newly quiet corners. Let it discover that it has more places to land than before. Walk to your door, pick up the small bag, and carry it out. Dispose of it without drama, like deleting an old message that never belonged. Return empty-handed, which is to say, return free. When you step back over your threshold, notice the subtle lift inside your chest. That is what it feels like when a place smiles at its owner. That is what it means when safety stops being a hope and becomes a habit. You have done more than clear a room, you have tuned a life. You have made harmony out of what used to be hush and harm. You have chosen tenderness with teeth, the kind that guards without growling. Archangel Michael says, keep choosing. Choose the place for your keys, the kindness of your mornings, the shape of your rest. Choose to let objects leave when they begin to ache the air. This is how you do not just survive a house, you teach it to sing your name. This is how you become the first blessing that crosses your own doorway each day. This is how late-night fear learns to keep its distance and mind its manners. Return to your pillow now and set your hand upon it. It holds your chosen sentence, and it will cradle your chosen breath. Sleep will come easily, not as surrender but as celebration. And when you dream, may the rooms appear with open windows and gentle floors. May the hallway stretch like a ribbon across a quiet morning. May your name echo down it softly, the way a promise repeats itself after it's kept. Archangel Michael says the peace you feel now is not fragile, it is practiced. It grows stronger with each honest step you take in your own rooms. Let's lay more of those steps, one after the other, until the path becomes a habit. Begin with a morning promise. When you wake, sit on the edge of your bed and place both feet flat on the floor. Say softly, "This ground is mine, and today I will walk it kindly." Walk to the window and open the curtain with deliberate hands. Let light locate the corners that used to hold worry. Watch how quickly worry thins in the presence of your attention. Go to the table that collects the day's small objects, coins, keys, notes. Choose 3 things to keep there and move the rest to where they truly belong. Choice is a boundary, and boundaries teach spirits of confusion to leave. Take a cup and fill it with fresh water. Hold the cup at your chest for one slow breath, then set it near the door. Water at the door is a wordless reminder, you flow, not fear. In the bathroom, trace a small circle on the mirror with your fingertip. This is your sign that reflection serves you, not the other way around. Wipe the circle away and see how the glass clears like a decision kept. If you have a hallway that echoes, speak one sentence down its length. Only truth travels here. Hear the echo return thinner, lies do not like long corridors. Open the closet where you store coats or burdens. Touch the sleeve of the heaviest garment and murmur, "Not today." Close the door and feel how even a door can agree with you. Archangel Michael says fear prefers clutter because clutter blocks your stride. Clear one shelf as if you were clearing a throat. Let that shelf speak calm for the entire room. Make a small map of your home on a piece of paper. Mark an X at the place you feel strongest, even if it's just a patch of floor. This X is your home within your home, return to it when the day gets loud. If a drawer sticks, do not yank it like a quarrel. Lean close and ask it to try again. Gentleness is the key that annoyed things respect. Choose a scent you associate with safety, citrus, soap, bread, paper. Let that scent float for a minute in the afternoon air. Your nose will remember peace quicker than your mind, and that is wisdom. At dusk, walk the perimeter of your rooms, clockwise, unhurried. Note what hums, what sighs, what rests. You are the conductor and the orchestra hears you now. If a corner still feels stubborn, slide a chair there for one night. Let usefulness claim the space where unease once posed. By morning, the corner will have learned better company. When guests arrive, greet them at the threshold with your shoulders relaxed. If their laughter feels too sharp, step half a pace closer to the door. Proximity to exit reminds your house that you always have one. Set a soft rule for visitors: shoes tidy, voices steady, no sudden gifts left behind. If someone insists on leaving something, bless it with a look and then move it to quarantine, a small box near the door. Quarantine isn't punishment, it is patience made visible. Before sleep, write 3 lines in a notebook. Where you felt light, where you felt heavy, what you released. Keep the notebook within reach like a hand that never forgets your story. Patterns will reveal themselves, and with patterns comes power. If dreams try to trouble you, change one small thing in the room before you lie down. Rotate the book on the nightstand, swap the pillowcases, move the glass of water 2 inches. It tells the night, I participate in what happens here. Archangel Michael says the house listens to tone more than content. Speak to it the way you want it to speak back, low, sure, and on your side. Soon even the floorboards will answer with friendly vowels. Keep a small, return bowl near the entrance, ceramic, glass, or wood. When worry stows away in your pocket, drop it there like a pebble. Empty the bowl each weekend, and let the pebbles live in the outside world. If you have stairs, treat them as a spine. Place your palm on the banister and thank it for carrying you up and down. Spines that are thanked stay strong. Once a week, open every door in the house at the same time for 1 minute. Let air move like a choir changing key. Then close them gently, one by one, as if tucking children into bed. Look under the bed without flinching. Say, nothing hides beneath me, and tap the floor once. Night respects courage that looks down as readily as it looks up. Your kitchen carries the law of fire turned friendly. When you simmer anything, soup, tea, memory, stir clockwise and think of the best thing you've kept. Turn off the flame with gratitude. Gratitude is a lid that fits everything. If a picture on the wall throws a shadow that feels wrong at night, move it by day. Shadows behave better when they know you've seen them. Hang the frame a thumb's width higher and watch how the mood lifts. Put a small stone in the bathroom windowsill, the size of a coin, smooth, steady. Let it be the anchor for steam and thought. Anchors do not argue, they simply do not drift. Archangel Michael says you have now outgrown the fear that entered uninvited. What remains is maintenance, not battle. Maintenance is mercy in daily clothes. When you launder your sheets, shake them once in the sunlight before the wash. Imagine dust becoming decisions you no longer need. Watch the air accept them like a sky with good manners. Keep a gentle bell or a chime near the back door. Ring it on days when you return home heavy. The sound clears the path ahead of your breath. If technology blinks too brightly at night, drape a cloth over the lights. Your eyes deserve darkness that is truly dark. Your sleep is a gate, guard it with soft hands. In rooms that collect silence, add a book you love to read aloud. Speak a paragraph into the quiet once a week. Silence grows sweeter when it hears kindness with pages around it. Should any gift arrive wrapped in pressure, smile and delay. Delaying is a skill, not a sin. Time reveals intention the way morning reveals dust. Set aside a leaving shelf, where objects that no longer belong rest for a few days. If they feel lighter each time you pass, let them go. If they pull at you unexpectedly, reconsider and relocate with purpose. Archangel Michael says the bravest sentence you can say at any door is, "No, thank you." Practice it with the mirror until your mouth knows its shape without strain. Protection sometimes sounds like politeness with a backbone. Teach every switch its hour, lamps for dusk, ceiling lights for tasks, darkness for trust. Houses thrive when light is chosen, not defaulted. Your choices are the rhythm stones dance to. On the first day of each month, walk your rooms barefoot. Feet tell the truth faster than faces. Note where the floor feels cooler, that is where attention wants to land. Keep a small envelope labeled "Promises Kept." Slip in a scrap of paper each time you follow through on a tiny vow. Open the envelope when doubt gets loud, and let proof hush it. If you hear an old scrape at a strange hour, do not run from it. Stand, breathe, and name 5 steady things in the room. Fear forgets to argue when inventory is honest. Place a chair facing a window and call it your watchpost. Sit there whenever storm or news tries to storm you. From the watchpost, you observe without absorbing. If someone asks to store their boxes, just for a while, smile and say your house is on a new diet. It only eats joy and utility now. Boxes of other people's, later, are heavy with borrowed weather. Archangel Michael says remember the 4 directions and the 4 winds you learned. They are not rituals to impress mystery, they are reminders to impress yourself. Self-respect is the lock fear cannot pick. Set a weekly time to sweep the threshold, 5 minutes, no more. Sweep outward, never inward, so the path remains clean. As you sweep, think of every step you will take away and back again. If children live here, let them draw a small sign that says, "Home." Tape it at their eye level near a door. Children's art is sunlight that learned to hold a crayon. Let music visit, not dominate. One song at the right volume can teach walls to breathe with you. Choose songs that sound like clear water or warm bread. If you keep a pet, bless its favorite corner with fresh fabric or a gentle touch. Animals know when a house exhale is genuine. They nap deeper in honest rooms. When dusk deepens, place your hand on your heart again. Thank your body for walking these domestic miles. Bodies that are thanked sleep like guardians off duty. Archangel Michael says you have become your own threshold keeper. You close what must be closed and open what must be opened. This is mastery without noise. If ever the old weight returns as a visitor, remember your map. Return bowl, watchpost, open windows in sequence, then the bag by the door. Do each step slower than you think you need, slowness is a stern teacher. Keep a spare key for kindness. A habit of pausing before you answer. Pause turns heat into light. With light, you see which guests are truly guests. Once a season, bless the roof with your eyes from the ground. Say, "Hold for me," even if no one hears. Roofs love being remembered. Keep a notebook page titled, "What Stays." List the feelings and objects that keep you steady. Add to it when you notice the small loyalties of your day. Finally, return to the X you marked on your map. Stand there now, even if it is only a square of floor lit by a humble lamp. Breathe until your name feels like a room big enough for all your quiet. I am at your door, as promised, patient as a sunrise. Your home is your ally now, not your riddle. Walk it like a friend's hand, familiar, warm, and always ready to close around yours. Archangel Michael says the peace you built is not a candle in the wind, it is a lantern with a handle. You can carry it from room to room, from morning to midnight, without spilling its warmth. Let's make its handle stronger now, so your grip never slips. Begin with the floor, the oldest witness in your home. Kneel and press your palm flat to the place you walk the most. Say, you know my weight and you welcome it, and feel how the boards agree. Walk to your windows and check the latches with patient fingers. When a latch sits true, a room sleeps better. When a latch is loose, tighten it like a promise you intend to keep. Choose one drawer to transform from chaos to clarity. Sort only what belongs to today, and bless the rest with a place elsewhere. Drawers breathe easier when they stop holding their breath. Make a quiet cup in the kitchen, a cup you'll only use for calm moments. When you hold it, let your mind follow the shape of its rim. Every sip becomes a pause that outlives the liquid. If you keep photographs on your walls, straighten each with a soft touch. Whisper to the faces you love, you look after us, we look back at you. Memory stands taller when it feels seen. Light a small lamp in the room that worries most at dusk. Leave it on long enough for the corners to learn your voice. You are writing the room a bedtime story with wattage and will. Archangel Michael says you can move the weather of a house with humble gestures. Open a window 1 inch, close a door 1 inch, notice how balance answers. Homes love measured hands more than heroic ones. Find the spot where your feet land first when you come home. Place a tiny mat of intention there, a cloth, a strip of wood, a square of woven light. Let it be the island where your breath docks before you cross the room. Take the list you keep in your head and give it a chair at the table. Write everything down, then invite the list to shrink. What remains on the page is what truly matters, what falls away was only noise. If you own a mirror you avoid, move it to where the sun visits kindly. Mirrors behave better with morning on them. Let the glass learn your face under merciful light. Collect the stray coins hiding in bowls and pockets. Place them in a jar by the door, calling it returning change. Let every coin remind you that the world still hands things back. Turn off one device earlier than usual tonight. Lay it face down as if it needed to rest too. Silence is not empty, it is fertile. Archangel Michael says safety is a rhythm, not a wall. Walls can crack, but rhythm keeps finding its way. Keep tapping your small beat, breath, choice, care. In the closet, choose one garment that no longer feels like truth. Thank it for every hour it covered you. Release it to the leaving shelf so your body can meet tomorrow with fewer echoes. If you keep books, select one you already love. Read a single page aloud to the room that used to hold its breath. Words are gentle weights that anchor a space to the present. Set a bowl of clean water on a windowsill at sunrise. Let morning put its fingerprint on the surface. In the evening, pour that water on a houseplant or the soil by your door. Walk your thresholds with bare feet for a minute. Feet read a home faster than eyes. Where the floor cools, greet it with warmth. Where it warms, greet it with thanks. Place a small note near the stove that says, "Fire, be friend." Place another near the sink that says, "Water, be wise." Friends and wisdom change the flavor of an ordinary day. Invite a scent to stroll through the house: lemon, cedar, bread, clean paper. Let it wander as a polite guest would. Scent is an old language the nervous system trusts at once. If your table collects more conversation than meals, wipe it slowly clockwise. Set a single object at its center that means, now, a candle, a pear, a stone. Let the table remember it is an altar of daily life. Archangel Michael says there is a chair in your home that wants purpose. Turn it to face a view that heals: sky, street, plant, painting. Name it your watchpost and visit it whenever noise tries to climb your ribs. When dusk arrives, clap your hands once in each room. Not to frighten anything, but to mark the changing of the guard. Day retires, night takes post, and you are captain over both. Choose a sentence for the evening air. Nothing uninvited eats my sleep. Breathe it onto the pillow as if the words were feathers softening the night. There is a corner that used to carry a chill. Slide a woven basket there with a blanket folded like a quiet promise. Warmth occupies what fear abandons. Stand at your door and look inward for a heartbeat. Say, "I live here like a blessing, not a suspect." A house adjusts its posture when its owner stands without apology. If noise from outside presses in, lower it with practical kindness. A heavier curtain, a simpler layout, a rug where echo likes to play. Solutions are often fabric and intention sewn together. Archangel Michael says practice the art of gentle refusals. No, thank you, at the doorstep. Not today, to the task that belongs to tomorrow. I'm finished, to the thought that doesn't finish you. Write a love note to your future self and tape it inside a cabinet door. Let it say, "I kept the rooms kind for you." Future you will smile where only you look. If you wake in the night, count the sure things. 1. The lamp is where you left it. 2. The keys are where you promised. 3. Your name fits the room like light fits morning. Check the underside of tables with curious fingers. If anything clings that does not belong, teach it to leave. Houses unlearn bad habits when you correct them kindly. A staircase is a hymn sung in steps. Ascend with gratitude, descend with relief. Let each landing be a small amen of movement, quiet, steady, yours. If something heavy stares from a shelf, turn it slightly so it listens instead. Objects also have postures, and postures also learn. You are choreographing the still life that surrounds your living. Archangel Michael says give your doors a holiday from slamming. Close them as if you were kissing the day goodnight. Soft closures teach loud thoughts to whisper. In the laundry, shake boredom from the linens like old dust. Think of sleep arriving as clean snow. Let the machine hum its small prayer of spin and rinse. Place a notebook near the entry titled "Weather Inside." Write the date and one sentence about the house's mood. You will see the seasons of your home and steer them gently. If an old gift remembers a complicated face, move it closer to a window. Let light counsel it. Some objects heal in daylight like people do. Choose a weekly hour for door frames, windowsills, and handles. Touch each with a cloth and a comb. These are the places your hands confess their stories. Archangel Michael says that bag by the door, the one that once carried trouble, stays empty now. Use it for kindness errands only. Fill it with groceries, books for a friend, or donations leaving your life clean. When conversation grows sharp in your living room, lower your voice instead of raising it. Rooms mirror the loudest tone. Let your calm be the weather everyone must dress for. Lay a thin line of order along the place where clutter loves to camp. A tray, a bowl, a dish, boundaries with good manners. Chaos loses interest where belonging is obvious. Before you sleep, place your palm on the wall and say, "Thank you for holding." Walls are quiet workers, gratitude keeps them faithful. Faithfulness is safety wearing work clothes. Open a book to a random page and copy one sentence that steadies you. Tape it inside a cabinet where you keep the good cups. Let steadiness hide among everyday reach. Archangel Michael says the person who once crossed your threshold with heavy charm is busy elsewhere now. You are not a stage for their unfinished play. Your rooms have learned to seat only those who clap for your peace. If a rumor tries to walk in via your phone, meet it at the door of your screen. Ask, does this build or break? If it breaks, send it back without ceremony. Teach your bed that it is not a meeting room. Let no debates happen under the quilt. Beds are for mending, not managing. Hang a small calendar near the watchpost and mark a star on good sleep nights. Stars gather courage for the rare restless one. Patterns are promises written slowly. Archangel Michael says season the house with listening. Pause by the sink and hear the pipes hum their small metal lullaby. Pause by the window and let wind translate itself into ease. If you must keep a locked box, also keep a key you can name. Name it mercy, and use it only when you must. Locked things behave better when mercy holds the key. Place an empty tray on the table and call it space. Let it remain empty, a daily lesson your eyes can trust. Space is not absence, it is permission. When morning arrives, greet the hallway the way the sea greets shore. A steady meeting, not a collision. Each step says, here we are again. If grief lives here too, give it a chair that faces the light. Let it sit when it needs to, but do not feed it forever. Grief grows gentle when welcomed and grows greedy when worshipped. Archangel Michael says your house loves the way you're learning it. It opens easier now, it closes kinder. It wears your name like a comfortable coat. On Sundays, let music tune the rooms like strings warming up. One song for each space you rest in. By the end, the whole house hums in key. When rain visits, stand near a window and breathe the scent of clean. Let the drops stitch the sky to your roof in silver thread. Thank the roof for staying at its post. If a day runs you thin, return to the X on your little map. Stand there and inhale until your shoulders obey. That square of floor is a chapel built of breath and choice. Archangel Michael says every time you touch a handle, choose gentleness. Handles carry the day's residue, gentleness turns residue into ritual. Ritual is how ordinary things keep you strong. Teach the refrigerator door to close softly and completely. Ajar doors leak more than cold, they leak attention. Close it fully and reclaim your focus. If the old hour returns, the one that used to feel haunted, declare it repurposed. Make tea at that hour. Write one kind sentence at that hour. Turn the haunting into a habit. Keep a small envelope labeled "out the door." Slip in notes for errands that lighten life. Carry them when you leave, and let the envelope come home thinner. Archangel Michael says you have become fluent in the language the house speaks. You reply with order, with breath, with brave refusal. The house replies with ease, with light, with sleep that trusts itself. Now, sit at your watch post and look around you with a soft gaze. Count 5 things the night is doing well. Count 5 ways you made that possible. The danger left footprints, but you planted flowers in them. The fear left echoes, but you tuned them into lullabies. The past left a shadow, but you taught it to stand at the window and watch the dawn. If you ever forget how to begin again, begin small. One drawer, one breath, one sentence that keeps you. Small is not less, small is precision. Archangel Michael says I remain at your boundary, patient as clean light. I stand where the road meets your threshold, and I nod when you pass. You are the blessing now, and your home knows it.